A lot of things I heard too, Shasky, was where's that number one defense at? They got shredded in the first half. McVay had them off balance. He had Steve Wilkes, Fred Warner and company off balance. There was no pass rush. They couldn't really stop the run. The Reds were doing whatever they wanted to do, and they were taking what the Niners gave them. The second half, that looked more like the number one defense. What did the Rams score? 6 points?
Yeah,
on 7 possessions?
Two separate field goals.
There you go.
They did great adjustments. In the first half, short controlled passing game for McVay. I loved when he got into the red zone, and you could tell the Niners were just dying to put a hit on Stafford, and he throws the screen pass to Williams right there. Look, I thought McVay scheme and then specific, timely play calling. He's really good, dude. This is why he's one of the top coaches in the game.
When they get Cooper Kupp back, they're going to be a problem. But by the time the Niners play the Rams again, it'll be the last game of the season.
I don't like that.
Will it mean something? And I don't even think there's a time for that game yet. They're going to flex that wherever. TBD. It's one of those.
We may own, or excuse me, the Dodger fan may own Oracle Park. They may, because they're going to come up here, but we definitely own SoFi.
Dodger fan really didn't own Oracle Park.
They do now.
Until the last 5 years, right?
Well, they've won 10 out of the last 11 NL Wests.
Farhan Zaidi?
I don't want to
Secret agent?
I don't want to talk about them.
Giants losing 3-4 in Colorado? Playoffs. Shanahan on what allowed the Niners to separate themselves to get the win. The Giants in the playoffs.
There's a lot of stuff that happened with all three phases. I think what sealed it and allowed us to separate ourselves was the 2 turnovers we got. One, Demo, awesome job jumping that. Then Isaiah on the other with the tip. And then we didn't turn it over on O. I missed a couple that we had a chance on to get that score going. So we weren't perfect in that way, but I was just pumped the way we finished. Getting those turnovers was huge, and especially that 4th and 1 with Isaiah there towards the end of the game, being able to stop him in that run to get the ball back to work the clock a little bit.
There you go.
On the Dominor Lenore, he obviously gets the interception. That's going to highlight things. I thought one of his best plays of the day. It's 10:23. They're at the 45-yard line. It's 3rd and 2. This is the fourth quarter. And Dominor Lenore breaks up a pass over the middle on Nakua.
Yep.
Now, they ended up going for it on 4th down, and they ended up converting.
Yep.
But that play gets lost in the sauce. He made a hell of a play on that one.
Lenore might be your best corner on the team right now.
Ooh.
I'm telling you.
I got to think about that.
Well, Traveris Warren.
Something's up with him, right?
Puka Nacua was just cooking him, right? Cooking him.
Was it just a bad matchup? It does feel like that groin has not healed.
Maybe. But even Tutu Atwell. I saw the Rams audible one time. They had trips. What was it? Trips left, trips right. I forget which way they were going. But I kind of made a mental note. Mm-hmm. And they saw Traveris Warren outside on Tutu Atwell. And they recognized that it was bad coverage. Stafford had no problem throwing that Traveris Warren. They ran a simple out route.
Yeah.
Tutu Atwell got the separation. It's like, damn. So, look, Traveris Warren has to get better. I did not like the missed sack. You're going to get beat in this league.
That play was huge.
Covering these wide receivers, covering in the pass game. You're going to get beat. But watching him miss that sack, I said, okay, we need him to go on the timeout a little bit here, watch some film, and get better. Maybe he is compromised at some point. And maybe that's why Steve Wilkes had to blitz a little more, because he noticed, boy, my corners are having a rough day out here.
I like blitzing Warner every now and then, though.
I do, too.
He's great in pass coverage. No one denies that. But, he's an elite blitzer. And he's a sure tackler. And when you talk about free release situations, they also blitzed on the 4th down at the end of the game. Isaiah Oliver blitzed from the slot and made a beautiful play. That was all Wilkes. Not that the game was, still in the balance. The game was closer than what it really was in the final 4 or 5 minutes. But I thought that was a really nice play. I thought Greenlaw played a really good game.
Greenlaw was everywhere.
What'd you think of the penalty? Ticky-tacky, right?
That was weak. I watched it. Greenlaw was
that
irate.
reputation?
Yeah, I think and the lady ref called it. What's her name? I don't even know her name. The
back judge or whatever.
Look, this is a divisional football game.
I know. Things are heated.
Things are going to get chippy. Things are going to get spicy. Let it play. That was not, whatever.
Speaking of spicy, how about your boy Okello Witherspoon? What's he doing? Honest to God, we watched Okello Witherspoon. Has the guy made a play in his NFL career? He's been on 15 different teams, and he's still chirping him. What was the other guy? Robinson? What was the guy the Niners had?
Rashad Robinson.
Okay, yeah. what is it about these corners that just chirp? It's like you are barbecue chicken for your entirety of your NFL career, and you're chirping at Christian McCaffrey after he plows you?
Right.
I just don't get it.
You know who was happy about that trash talk?
Who?
Dante Whitner.
Why do you say that?
Oh, he takes shots at a Keller.
Oh, was he the one he called soft?
Yeah.
SOFT.
Soft. You just don't hear that.
Speaking of soft, Aubrey Thomas getting removed for Isaiah Oliver.
In the second half,
That
I'm telling
was
you,
the
that was a
person
great dude. That was a great adjustment by Wilkes.
I agree.
And you know what? Again, I'll say this every hour today. I think we got to learn to not overreact to preseason football. We have to stop overreacting to preseason football. I have to do it. Shasky has to do it. You as the fan has to stop doing it. We have to stop overreacting to this stuff. Jake Moody, people were ready to cut Jake Moody after Las Vegas.
I don't know about cut.
First, after the preseason, we're ready to call Robbie Gold. This guy's been perfect so far, including a 57-yarder that he could have made from 60.
I mean, he looks really good in the regular season. He looks really sure. Again, watch the final field goal. He slips before kicking it, kicks it right down the middle, and then falls afterwards. And I'm like, all right, this guy's the real deal.
He's the real deal.
He's the real deal.
Wisnowski had a great putt yesterday.
I thought Wisnowski's had a pretty good year thus
So
far.
far. So you got a kicker and a punter for at least the next 5 to 7 years. Don't have to worry about those spots.
Yes.
And then you get Isaiah Oliver, who, again, another guy. Is this guy going to get cut? This guy not even going to make the team?
I mean, he fell behind Aubrey Thomas in the depth chart, which is crazy.
Well, that was a physical football game.
Yeah.
And Aubrey Thomas wasn't ready for the physicality yesterday of the LA Rams.
I don't think Aubrey Thomas has been very good. He had a nice Green Bay game a couple years ago. Other than that, he's been
Right. So, look, man, Isaiah Oliver, Jake Moody, they're teaching us all. Don't overreact to preseason football.
Were you
It's not good
rooting
for our
for
health.
or against the Seattle Seahawks in the Detroit? Because I was so rooting for Detroit, and I was just, I needed that one.
So I have a pool with Big Dog in Philly Zoo.
So
where we
you
take
picked
the spreads.
You picked the Seahawks.
Well, Seattle's getting 5 points.
Yeah, it's a good bet.
So, it was a good bet. Bounce back.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be on Detroit. A lot of week one overreactions. I didn't think they were going to outright win. I would like for them to lose. But,
Well,
good
if
for
you
them.
look at it from a Niner divisional perspective, you right now have a tiebreaker because you're going to play one more game against the Rams, which is good. You're 2-0. Everybody else is 1-1 or 0-2. I think the Cardinals are the Cardinals are 1-1
Cardinals
as
blew
well.
that game yesterday.
What?
They blew the game.
Yeah, they blew it, but then they win week
0-2.
1 or did they lose?
No, they lost to the
Commanders? So they're
Commanders.
0-2. All right, so you're looking good right now, I guess is what I'm saying.
Right.
Like you just got to keep stacking these kinds of wins.
Would have been nice to have Seattle at 0-2. Come on.
Oh,
It would have been great.
I was rooting for Detroit.
Yeah,
I
it would've
wanted
been
Detroit.
great.
I thought Geno looked really good. When I'm watching Stafford yesterday, I'm like, we got some quarterbacks that can sling it in our division.
No doubt.
Like Geno's better than we give credit for, and Stafford's arm talent is still.
Joshua Dobbs.
Dobbs made plays.
He did make plays.
I don't think highly of the Cardinals or Dobbs, and he made plays.
They blew a 28-7 lead. Let's get to Uncle G real quick before the break.
No Barkley this week.
Uncle G, what's happening?
Hey, fellas. First of all, my procedure went very, very well.
Oh, good.
Much better than I.
The
Good.
fact that
Yeah,
you're calling us on a Monday morning tells us everything we need to know about it.
Yeah. So thanks again to all the good thoughts. I think they helped. So I think I'm fine now.
There you go.
Hey, question on Purdy in particular. So one of the knocks on him was that he didn't have enough arm strength, and I watched him yesterday, and I want your expert opinion on this. And that throw he threw to Debo looked like it had plenty of mustard on it. So I want your opinion. I mean, I think he'd belie the opinion that he has no arm strength, at least for the deep ball.
I just thought he missed that
What
throw.
do you guys think?
Yeah, Gene, I thought he just missed that throw. He kind of double clutched coming up, right? Hitch, boom, and then he throws it. He just got to put a little more air underneath it. We're going to make a lot of these of the throw to him and to Ayuk, to Debo and Ayuk, and we're going to make a lot of it, and then we're going to look at the Shanahan reaction because I even said it in the group that Shanahan,
I
because
did
Shanahan's
watch
like
it
this.
Shanahan was ticked off.
Yeah,
was ticked
he
off.
wasn't happy. It wasn't great, but. Again, he made a couple of high-level throws in the game. We're acting like he didn't make good throws.
All right, let's get into this.